Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto's News. It's me, Omar Bam, aka Crypto, here to give you guys an update as to what's going on in crypto today. And there are a few things, not a crazy amount as we reach the end of the week here, but I wanted to do a classic old school car video. First of all, I wanted to say thanks to you guys who went on the Ethereum subreddit and recommended my channel. It means a lot that you guys shared my content. For example, Ozzy, thank you so much, Ozzy, for doing that. I appreciate you guys getting the word out there about the channel so we can continue to grow it. I'm aware that the quality is not as good with the audio, so thank you for the heads up on that. To the user who commented under my video, letting me know that the audio quality was not great. At least I'm parked this time, so I'm not driving and there's not too much extra peripheral noise from the engine. I'm just parked right now. And hopefully the video quality is not too bad. But since it's not a crazy amount of stuff, I thought I could condense it into this phone video and let you guys know, at least fill you in on a good diving point for which to start your own research as to what's going on today. So today we have Bitcoin up 1.9% at $98,401. We also have Ethereum up. Most coins are up today, but Ethereum is up 0.9%. It is at $2,743. And some of the more notable things that I think you guys want to be aware of include the FTC. I think this is important. I think this is actually a really great move from them, almost an innovative move from an agency, a government agency, and the government agencies tend to move really slow on things, but and they have been extremely slow on this one, but it is in regards to moderation and censorship. So they are going to be investigating the Federal Trade Commission here in the United States. What is going on with censorship and moderation via these platforms? So it's been the case oftentimes where Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, maybe less so more recently, but in the past, certainly, we've seen platforms like this and others shut down certain voices, certain biases, right? Like, remember YouTube, when you could pull up YouTube and watch conspiracy videos? It looks like we're moving more back towards that as a reality, but for the most part, conspiracy videos, at least from smaller channels, have been either shadow banned, right? Meaning people can't find their videos. And it's happened to me in the past, right? Folks who subscribe and then suddenly they see that they're unsubscribed. They show up to a video, they see that their notifications are turned off, or unsubscribed yet again, time after time. This is what we've talked about with shadow banning. And it's something that I've experienced to an even greater degree, to straight up just being shut down for just talking about crypto. At least that's all I know on Facebook, right? My Facebook group being shut down. Multiple assaults from YouTube in the past. Even this new channel early on, before I even reached like 2,000 subscribers, some of you might recall, was getting attacked. It was getting striked. It was getting all sorts of issues. And it wasn't clear why until one of my viewers who had a friend at Google, and he decided to talk to that friend at Google, was able to greenlight my channel, let them know, hey, this guy's not bad. I mean, it's a fine channel. And only once that happened did I no longer get assaulted here. So it's so difficult for newer content creators, unless you're within a certain line that the media has traditionally wanted you to be within. Only then are you able to operate and continue to get attention, continue to show up in search, and so much else. So many of us just get thrown to the bottom here. And I think it was the case with my last channel as well, where my last channel just eventually hit like a plateau where it would not grow really beyond 118,000 subscribers. It was getting hit constantly by many things, and it was because I chose to speak my mind. I chose to talk about crypto early on before it was embraced. I talked about so many different things when it came to just censorship, and it resulted in me being censored. So I think this is great from the FTC, some sort of initiative to investigate this. Is this in line with the First Amendment when you shut out certain voices, especially on the platforms that most people use? where most people engage, or most people disseminate information, when you cannot see certain views, I think it's absolutely unfair. So I definitely commend the FTC for investigating this. If you guys have any sort of comments, you have until May to share that with the FTC, any sort of experiences that you've had with censorship, please definitely share that. I think this is a great move from their part. In other news, Ethereum. So this kind of blew up. Apparently, there is this new open intents framework that has been announced. It's not even apparently, it is true. It has been announced by the Ethereum Foundation, and it's a way basically for all of these different layer 2 networks to interoperate if they so choose to plug into this framework. They can allow for their smart contracts to have easier interoperability. It will allow for users to have a better experience and be able to see which bridge between layer 2 or the main network would work best for them in regards to efficiency, cost, speed, so on. So I think this is a great move from the Ethereum Foundation that will help a fragmented layer 2 ecosystem to better benefit those users. So wanted to give you a heads up on that. Also, in line with Ethereum news, we have the announcement from, I believe his name is Josh Starkman, maybe I'm wrong on the last name, but he has been a longtime Ethereum Foundation member, and he has announced that the Ethereum Foundation is looking for a social media manager. So it's been a while where the Ethereum Foundation has been called out for on social media for being so out of touch with the Ethereum community, and maybe even the larger crypto community and people just interested in crypto at large. So they're going to be looking to hire someone who has experience in managing accounts of over 10,000 followers, someone who is very engaged in the Ethereum ecosystem, for example, working with different decentralized applications, has experience with things like LinkedIn and traditional world platforms as well. And I think it is a good sign for those who are trying to see the Ethereum Foundation engage more with the community, really tap into what the community wants, and maybe even drum up enthusiasm for Ethereum itself, something that many have criticized the Ethereum Foundation for, saying that it just has not really been showcasing that much about what's going on in Ethereum, especially for the average person who doesn't understand what a blob is or an EIP, and really making them want to understand why this might be one of the top chains, and definitely one that they should engage with. So I think that's really cool. And lastly, I also wanted to mention Free Ross. So you might have heard about hashtag Free Ross, and because of maybe the hashtag Free Ross tagged by so many people while Ross Ulbricht was in prison, had definitely gotten spread out. That hashtag grew and grew, especially within the Ethereum community. So many people, but within the cryptocurrency community, so many people use that hashtag to try to signal support to Free Ross. Someone who was a non-violent offender who was jailed for more than one life sentence. And now Ross is, after being pardoned by President Trump and being free, getting behind someone else who is facing life in prison. And that is someone that I've interviewed on the show, someone who's very kind and courteous and trying to, I think, really spread the word of crypto far and wide around the world. I mean, there's a reason that his nickname is Bitcoin Jesus. And the founder of Bitcoin.com, my good buddy, he is being, he's in the highlights of a campaign here, it seems, by Ross Ulbricht. So we have Roger Ver, who had put up back in 2014 a picture of himself with a Free Ross t-shirt and a QR code to help support that initiative. Now you have Ross free, while you have Roger about to spend life in prison. And Ross put up a picture just like you saw, well, not exactly the same. For example, Roger is smiling a lot in his picture back in 2014, but Ross Ulbricht is a little bit more somber in his approach in this picture, with a free Roger signaling here, talking about how we should just move forward here by allowing Roger to pay taxes pay his taxes that are due to the United States, which were as a result of having basically lied about how much Bitcoin he had when he gave up his citizenship to move elsewhere a long time ago. But anyway, allowing him to pay those taxes so that someone who is just a simple tax offender doesn't have to spend life in prison. That is almost like back in the day when someone was flogged or in the stocks all day, right, for some sort of menial crime. It's some sort of like lordal, monarchical type punishment to lock somebody up for life. Life is full of so many beautiful moments, and to take that away from a life that has provided so much for so many people, shared so much education, and doesn't seem to want to hurt anybody at all is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I definitely support Roger getting some sort of leniency here, or at least being allowed to pay his taxes and getting a shorter sentence or something like that. So yeah, definitely passionate about that idea myself. So anyway, that's where I leave you guys for today. Nice to finish on the green here for the week. Certainly last week we talked about this heading into the weekend, how there was a potential for a dump, and we did see such a dump. So hopefully it's not the same this time. But either way, like we've noted, in the last 2 weeks, we should be getting some big, in the next 2 weeks, I'm sorry, some big moves in Bitcoin as these Bollinger Bands get tighter, either to the north or to the south. I'm leaning to the north, but I want to know what you guys think, as always, down in the comments below. Take care, much love, and stay cryptic. Peace.